Hi everyone, welcome to today's lesson on line plots. So in the previous slide you were introduced to definition of line plots, which a line plot is a data display that's used to represent frequency on a number line. So let's take a look at our first scenario that we have represented with a line plot. 9 customers leaving a bookstore were chosen at random. They were asked how much they spent on that visit to the store, and the data is displayed on the line plot below. Okay, so they asked 9 customers how much they spent at the bookstore. So you can see here's our number line. Above the number 5, there's 1x. So that means that one person spent $5. Above the number 6, there's 2x's. So that means that 2 people spent $6. For 7, one person spent $7. For 8, 2 people spent $8. For 9, that means 2 people spent $9, and then we have one person spending $12. So the first thing I would do is, before you answer any questions about the line plot, I would start by writing out all your data values. So like I said, we have 1 5, 2 6s, 1 7, 2 8s, 2 9s, and a 12. So those are all the data values that I'm pulling from this data display. Now that I have my data written out, it makes it a little bit easier to go ahead and calculate things like the mean, median, mode, and range, which is what we're going to be asked to do. So question 1 says, what was the mean amount spent at the bookstore? So remember, mean is your average. You want to add up all the data values, divide by how many there are. So to save us a little bit of time, I typed in all the data values on my calculator. I added them together. My sum was 70. I'm just going to write that down. And then you want to divide by how many data values there were. So if you count them up, there's 9. So we have 9 data values. So now I'm going to divide 70 by 9. So I get that my mean was about, and I'm going to round here to the nearest hundredth because we're talking about money. So I'm going to do $7 and about 78 cents. Okay, so you'd want to go and record that on your paper. So about $7.78 for our mean here. Okay, for our median, remember your median is your center number. So what's nice about the line plot is when you pull the numbers off the number line, they're already ordered from least to greatest. So now I'm just going to find the middle number. So I'm looking for the middle number here. So I'm crossing off one from the left, one from the right, till I reach that middle number in the center here. So this is my middle number because, as you can see, if 8 is in the middle, I have 4 data values below 8 and I have 4 data values above 8. So 8 is right in the middle there. So that's going to be my median. So my median amount spent at this bookstore was about $8. Okay, mode is your number that occurs most often. So I'm looking for a number that basically repeats the most. So I have 2 6s, 2 8s, and 2 9s. So I actually have 3 modes in this case. $6 is a mode, $8 is a mode, and $9 is a mode. So remember, when you're dealing with mode, you can have one mode, you can have more than one mode, and sometimes you might have a data set that has no mode. So actually 3 modes for this one. And then for your range, you're going to take your largest number minus your smallest number. So I'm going to take 12 minus 5, and I get $7. Now, just to review what we've been working with on our graphing calculator, you can enter these data values in on your graphing calculator to help you calculate the mean and the median. So that's something I'm just going to remind you of so that you can use the calculator to check your work or to calculate this all together. So go to your calculator here. Okay, to put your data into the calculator, you want to push stat. So anytime we're entering data using our calculator for these data displays, stat menu is really, really important. So I'm going to go into stat. The first option that comes up is edit. So that means this is going to allow me to edit the list where I'm going to put my numbers. So if you hit edit here. Now there were no numbers in here. If there was numbers, so let's say I had like random numbers in here, to clear them out, you can individually scroll over the number and hit delete. You can also go up to the list and hit clear enter, and that clears the whole list. Okay, so you want to have a nice blank template here to enter your numbers. So I'm going to enter in my data value. So I had 5, hit enter after each one. So 6, enter, 6, enter, 7, enter, 8, enter, 8, enter, 9, enter, 9, enter, and 12. Now, once again, you want to double check that you've entered them all correctly. Make sure you didn't make any mistakes. Okay, so I just want to do a quick double check. Make sure you have 9 numbers in here. Make sure they're all correct. Now, to get out of this list, I'm going to push second mode, which is my quit button. That takes me back to my home screen. I'm going to go back to the stat menu. Now, I've already edited. I've already put my values in the list. So now I need to scroll over to calc, and I'm going to run a one variable statistic. So option 1. So I scrolled over to the calculate menu because now we're calculating our answers. You want to hit enter. It's going to ask you, where did you put the list? So the numbers are in list 1. If you ever need to change that, like if this said list 2, but you put your numbers in list 1, all the lists are down here above 1, 2, and 3 in blue. So you would just press the blue button and then whatever number list that you need. So I'm just going to hit enter until it gets down to calculate. I'm going to hit enter. Here's my one variable statistic. So you'll see the first line that comes up is my mean, and that's exactly what we got. My X bar was 7.78 if you round to the nearest hundredth. I'm going to go down to check my median. We got a median of 8, which is also what the calculator is confirming. The median is 8 there. You can use the range. You can use the min and the max for the range. So my minimum was 7. My maximum was down here at 12. So 12 minus 5 is what gives me that range. So if you have a graphing calculator, either your own or one that's on your computer, this can be really, really helpful to check your work. But once again, these were the answers that we received.